Welcome to our Dutch language lesson on the passive voice. In this session, we will explore how to form passive sentences in Dutch. Understanding the passive voice is essential for expressing actions when the focus is on the receiver of the action rather than the doer. By the end of this lesson, you will have a clear understanding of how to construct passive sentences in Dutch and be able to apply this knowledge confidently in your language learning journey. Let's dive in. To form the passive voice in Dutch, one follows a structured approach that involves the manipulation of verbs and sentence structure. So, how to form a passive voice in Dutch? Identify the subject and object. In the active voice sentence, determine the subject performing the action and the object receiving the action. For example, in the sentence, de kok kookt de soep, the cook cooks the soup. De kok, the cook, is the subject, and de soep, the soup, is the object. Move the object to the front. In the passive voice, the object becomes the subject of the sentence. Place the object at the beginning of the sentence. Using the same example, the soup will become the subject. Conjugate the auxiliary verb. The auxiliary verb worden is used to form the passive voice in Dutch. It is conjugated based on the subject of the sentence. The conjugation of worden is as follows. Ik word, jij wordt, hij, zij, het wordt, wij worden, jullie worden, zij worden. Add the past participle. The main verb in the active voice sentence changes to the past participle form and is placed at the end of the sentence. The past participle remains unchanged regardless of the subject or the tense of the sentence. Include the agent. In some cases, it may be appropriate to include the agent, the doer of the action, in the passive voice sentence. This is done by adding door, by, followed by the agent. Including the agent is optional and depends on the context of the sentence. Putting it all together, the passive voice sentence, de soep wordt gekookt door de kok, the soup is cooked by the cook, is formed by following these steps. It's important to remember that while the active voice emphasizes the doer of the action, the passive voice highlights the receiver of the action. In this part, we'll look at easy examples to show how to use the passive voice in Dutch. We'll use everyday situations to help you understand how to make passive sentences. These examples demonstrate how to transform active voice sentences into passive voice in Dutch. De bakker bakt het brood. Het brood wordt gebakken door de bakker. De schilder schildert het huis. Het huis wordt geschilderd door de schilder. De studenten maken de oefeningen. De oefeningen worden gemaakt door de studenten. By understanding these patterns, you'll be able to construct passive sentences with ease. As we conclude this lesson on the passive voice in Dutch, we hope you found the examples helpful in understanding how to form passive sentences. Remember, practice is key to mastering this concept, so don't hesitate to try creating your own passive voice sentences. If you enjoyed this lesson and found it beneficial for your Dutch language journey, consider subscribing to our YouTube channel for more language lessons and helpful tips. By subscribing, you'll stay updated on our latest content and continue to enhance your Dutch language skills. Thanks for joining us, and we look forward to seeing you in our future lessons.